Welcome to our presentation on the digital revolution, which reshaped human life. Digital innovations change everyday routines, industries, and the global economy from communication and work to home and commerce. We will look at major shifts in labor, communication, home life, shopping, and talk about how these affect the economy and society. Beginning in the mid 20th century with computers, microprocessors, and the internet, the digital revolution is the shift from mechanical and analog to digital technologies. It is changing our jobs, relationships, lives, and minds by emphasizing information processing, automation, and global networking, as opposed to previous revolutions that centered on mechanization and electricity. In the past, there were slower and fewer means of communication prior to the information revolution. Telephoning on phones was costly and only on fixed lines. Letter would take a week or the days to reach. These power plays were greatly changed with the email, cellular telephony, and internet. Social media websites facilitated global instant communication and quicker information sharing. Global interconnectivity has also been heightened as a result of these effects, and these innovations in technology have had on people's relationships, political processes, and business undertakings. Society has been shaped by the digital communication, both for good and for bad. While it has brought knowledge closer to people, facilitated global results, and made possible remote work and learning, on the other side, issues of misinformation, threats to privacy, and addiction to social media have risen. Further, political activism and even commercial activities in today's economy have been influenced by the availability of internet communication. Perhaps the most transformative impact of the digital revolution was on the workplace. Businesses used to be largely based on body and presence. With the emergence of computers, automation, and artificial intelligence, much of the work was reconfigured or replaced. Offices moved from paper to digital systems, enabling remote work and more efficiency. The gig economy, predicated on digital platforms like Uber and Fiverr, also reshaped working patterns, making work more flexible but also more uncertain.
The revolution in information technology also accounted for expansion of women's participation in the labor force. With home technology like washing machines, dishwashers, and vacuum cleaners widespread, time spent on domestic activities decreased. Such a shift opened the way for women to engage in outside homework, hence the enhancement of gender balance in the labor market. The advent of digital labor and electronic commerce has expanded women's capacity to juggle career and family demands even more. The washing machine, though seemingly mundane, is one of the most transformative household innovations. Before its invention, laundry was a labor intense, time consuming task typically done by women using washboards and harsh soaps. The arrival of the electric washing machine in the early 20th century drastically reduced the effort required, freeing up time and allowing more women to pursue work, education, and social lives. By the mid 20th century, as machines became affordable, they helped shift gender roles and contribute women's growth economic independence. According to historian Ruth Schwartz Cohen, household automation changed not just home routines but also social expectations around gender. The washing machine became a symbol of progress, replacing manual domestic labor with technology. Its influence extended beyond gender roles, spurring growth in the global consumer electronics market, creating jobs and promoting further innovation in home appliances. Still, the washing machine exemplifies how technology can reshape daily life and redefine social structures.
Throughout history, technological innovation has been a powerful engine of changing commerce and consumer behavior. Each major technological shift, whether industrial, digital, or data driven, has reshaped how goods are made, exchanged, and experienced. We begin in the late 18th century, during the first industrial revolution, when steam power and mechanization transformed production. In Britain, textile factories replaced cottage industries. Goods that once took days or weeks to produce by hand were now made in hours. This gave rise to surplus production and the need for broader markets. The development of railways such as the Liverpool and Manchester Railway in 1830 made transporting goods faster and cheaper, expanding regional commerce and changing how people accessed goods. In the second industrial revolution of the late 19th and early 20th centuries, electricity, steel, and mass production revolutionized commerce again. The assembly line, famously implemented by Henry Ford in 1913, made the Model T affordable for middle-class Americans. It also introduced a new model of standardized production and consumer expectation. Retail also evolved. The Sears Roebuck catalog, launched in 1890s in the United States, allowed rural consumers to order a wide variety of goods, from clothing to entire prefabricated houses. This was an early form of remote shopping that prefigured modern e-commerce. The Third Industrial Revolution, or the Digital Revolution, emerged in the mid-20th century with the spread of computers and telecommunications. The invention of the credit cards, introduced in the 1950s and gaining popularity in 70s, enabled cashless commerce, paving the way for online transactions. By the 1990s, the internet changed everything. In 1995, Amazon.com launched as an online bookstore. It soon expanded into a global marketplace, offering everything from electronics to groceries. At the same time, eBay allowed individuals to become sellers and created the first major person-to-person digital marketplace. In conclusion, the story of technology and commerce is not just one of progress, but of adaptation. Each advancement has redefined consumer expectations and reshaped how we interact with the economy. As we look forward, one truth remains. Commerce is more than just an economic act. It reflects the technological, cultural, and ethical landscape of its time.